All right, so what is up, guys? This is your boy, Leo the Hungry Fan, where we enjoy good food and we talk about sports. So today, since Spain won yesterday, we're gonna have what they call ensaladilla rusa. You see that I put the sauce there, kind of tried to make it look like the Spain flag. I hope it's not too much sauce. And then here I also have uh, sanguche de milanesa, which is Uruguayan because I'm Uruguayan. So with some cheese, some of that sriracha mayo, and some ketchup. And today I'm going to be breaking down, giving a post game reaction of the game from yesterday, which technically my prediction was right, but they didn't go to PKs. Spain just won in regular time 2-1. So I'm just going to give my quick breakdown of both halves and what I thought about the teams. So in the first half, personally, I thought Spain was better in the first half, even though Belgium came rather defensive, trying to get on counterattacks. Mainly trying to attack through their winger Doku, who's an excellent player from Manchester United. I'm sorry, Manchester City. They're trying to get on counterattacks, trying to get him the ball out wide, see if it could take people on and get some crosses going for their forward, who was the person who scored their goal. His name's Decatelaire. Really young forward, very good player, very good over the top, really big dude. Um, so from very early on, that was their game plan. They were just set on doing that. Wow. I mean, Spain came out playing like Spain. Um, Possession, doing those quick 1-2s, um, moving the ball around fast. When they get into the box, they form they get like what they call like triangle passes. They get those passes going. They get those give and goes. Um, Trying to get the wings free, trying to get players on the outside free to get crosses in through the ground, and to see if they could put one away like that. So first half, Spain was just coming to look for the game. I feel like Belgium was trying to counterattack a lot more. Um, Personally, Spain played better, even though completely opposite of the Morocco game. Belgium did actually try and execute on their plan. At times, I feel like they kind of abused their plan, and at times in the first half and the second half too. Um, Doku at times would kind of just hold on to the ball way too long, but we'll get into that. So, 30th minute came around again. Spanish player broke through the outside, fed him the ball, put the cross back. Danny Olmo got the ball inside the box, shot a one-timer low, goalie saved it, and then Fabian Ruiz came through to get the rebound, put it in. 1-0 for Spain. At that point, like I said, I felt Spain was playing better than them. I felt Belgium. I thought Belgium was going to be kind of dumb because I was kind of like a hard hit for them. Um, but 11 minutes later, on a counter, they played it to Doku out wide. He gets past their right back, crosses the ball in. Nothing happens. The forward from Belgium tries to play back to an oncoming midfielder, but he plays it back too hard. Thankfully, there was another midfielder behind them. Grabbed the ball, switched it, played it to the other side of the field, played it out wide. They played it back. They played it towards the line, played it back, played it to the middle, and then a guy for Belgium. So the ball came here, came back. There was a guy here, this guy here, played the ball here. He broke through on the outside, put the cross in, and then their forward was able to put in the header and make it 1-1. So I felt Spain was better in the first half. I felt like Belgium just struggled to get things going. But there were points where Belgium did get the ball across and they were kind of like those plays where they get to the box and they put it in and nothing really happens, or it gets to a point and then they make a bad pass. But they were getting past the middle of the field. They were getting to the box. I just felt like Spain were doing better. But I felt like in the first half, unlike the second half, Spain had a harder time getting Lamine Yamal into the game because I feel, for instance, when they would play on the side of Cucurella and Baena, those guys were able to make better combination plays because Cucurella does make the runs and they do play together more on that side. Whereas if they play towards Lamine Yamal's side, I feel like sometimes he just kind of does the same move a lot. He tries to do a fake and then he cuts towards the left, trying to look for a shot, which is fine. A player of that caliber should always look for a shot, but I feel like, which happened a lot in the second half, he would have better. It's good that he wants to take guys on and create his own play, which is fine. He's an excellent player. You want him to do that, but at times I feel like if he used his teammates a little more and tried to make runs, he would get in on a lot more plays because he is a very fast player. It would work a lot better for him. So first half, like I said, Spain was better. Wouldn't say by much. I said Spain. I would say Spain was better because they did have ball more. They did break through more. It's just sometimes those breakthroughs, became plays that didn't become anything. The ball got cleared or something like that. But I felt like they were making breakthroughs in the defense. Second half, I felt Belgium started off the second half solid. They were pressing high. They they were doing better on their attack. They were getting some plays in. Again, empty possessions. Cross got cleared, or it was a cross, and it'd be too far or something like that. But they were moving. They were moving forward and trying to make a breakthrough until it came to a point where Spain just took possession. Belgium kind of just dropped back, and then Spain started with possession. And then the second half, I feel like Spain changed their tactics a little bit more because they were trying to break through more behind. So they were basically bringing the ball up, possessing it, having the ball, and then their wingers would make a run, and then they would. So they kind of like put the defense to sleep. So if I'm here, we're possessing the ball, and then my winger makes a run behind you, and then bam, they were hitting them through. They were hitting through balls, especially towards Lamine Yamal, who was. And the second half, I feel like he played way better. I think that's been the best he's played in the World Cup because he was breaking through that back line and he was breaking through their defense, and they were getting tons of crosses in. They were getting tons of possessions, and they even he had a shot where he took a touch to the left, took a shot, and those plays opened up like that because he was beating them from the back. So now you got to be more concerned of, oh, what if he beats me through the back? So now if he's beating you on the runs, now he can take the ball and cut to the left because now defenders are thinking, well, I don't want him beating me on a run. So now it opens up his dribbling ability, which is what you want. I feel like he was using his teammates a lot more. And the scheme in the second half, I feel like it was looking for the outside players, especially him, that were trying to look for balls over the top to beat the defense through the back. Spain started breaking through a lot more and and creating more opportunities. Now the opportunities weren't, like I said, it was balls getting cleared or they would get they would get stolen or stopped or whatever the play was, but they were breaking through. They were getting through, and more you started to feel like they were going to at some point score a goal. On top of that, Thibaut Courtois gets hurt, and then Kevin De Bruyne comes off the game because he's just extremely tired. Um, when you get extremely tired, I mean, To me, sometimes it's better to come off if you're really tired to come off because you're not running the same, you're not getting to places the same, and he is a player that is, he's up there in age, he's getting up there in age, or he is up there in age. So at times it's good to ask for a sub if you're really that tired because, like I said, you don't get to the spots you need to be as quickly. You're not keeping up with the flow of the game, the pace of the game. So, and then their goalie gets hurt, so that makes it tougher because now you got to throw in a backup goalie who hasn't played a single game, and that guy barely got to warm up. Really, he had to come in right away. So, um, Spain kept breaking through, kept breaking through. Belgium's attack kind of fell a little bit dry, especially because like a little bit flat. Because especially like I said, like I felt like at times they were trying to go through um, Doku too much. Sorry, these names are, but they're trying to go through Doku so much that it came to a point where I think Spain just kind of picked up what they were doing, and also he was too much with the ball. He needed to get the ball. He was getting the ball and he was picking the ball up from his half and just trying to dribble past every Spain defender, and wasn't really. There was no sense of combination, no sense of like, okay, a give and go. He was just kind of taking the ball and just trying to dribble past everybody, which not only wears you out, but it also kills your any offense you might have because he was just losing the ball and losing the ball and losing the ball. So until again, Spain made subs. They put in Ferran Torres, who yesterday was kind of quiet. He had been good these last few games, and they put in their other super sub, Mikel Merino, who at the 88th minute would be the guy who would score the game winner for them, who scored the game winner in the game prior against Portugal. So clearly, he came in. He came in very concentrated, ready to go because he was all over the place. He was all over the place, getting after it, playing defense, and then you know, um, off a shot from Kubersi from the outside, shot it. Goalie gave up I mean, I would say a bad rebound, but you also have to be considerate of the fact that their goalie came in. His first game in this World Cup is a quarterfinal against Spain. Didn't even have time to warm up. He kind of just got thrown out there. And then Kubersi scores. Kubersi shoots. The goalie gives up a rebound, and Mikel Merino comes in and puts it away, puts the 2-1 for Spain. That was at the 88th minute, which was it was the sealer right there. Belgium did have a chance from one of their subs. I think his name was like Samuel Caters. Some of these names, I swear to God, but he had a good chance where the Spain goalie came out, kind of made a mistake. He dribbled past him and he tried to put the cross in, but it was cleared at the line. Um, so that was a big game. But overall, I would say Spain was the deserving winner. Played very well, played their style. I feel like in the first half they were too much possession. They weren't really dynamic. Which in my last video, I kind of criticized that about Spain. I feel like they're too still. Where in the second half they changed it up and they started breaking through more because their outside players, especially Lamine Yamal, were making runs through the back. So now they were possessing the ball, waiting for the time, and then the moment he would make the run, they would break through. Which in the second half they had a play, which is very similar to Messi's goal against Cape Verde, where he kind of like comes when he's at the front, he's kind of walks forward a little bit, and then he just boom real quick dart towards the goal, and then they send him a long ball over the top. They did the same thing with Lamine Yamal. He was walking back, ball was being possessed over there. The guy saw him, and he just made the run behind the back, and they played him. Unfortunately, he he doesn't have that Messi touch. He couldn't get the touchdown and couldn't score. But in the second half, they were more deliberate. Not to say they're not deliberate in the way they play, but sometimes I feel like they just possess the ball and possess the ball and possess the ball, and they don't really do much. Where in the second half, they were possessing the ball, but it was with the intention of, okay, we're going to kind of put them to sleep over here, possessing it, and then our outside guys are going to make runs behind their defense, and we're going to feed them, and then we're going to get the ball and try and get the ball across. So it was a very good game plan there. And in the second half, they saw a weakness where the Belgian defenders, even in the first half, at some times it wasn't always because they didn't come in to play like this in the first half, but at times they noticed that the Belgian left back and right back were getting beat on balls that were played behind their backs. So I think they noticed that, and in the second half they tried to capitalized on that. Tried to make a point of attacking them that way. Like I said, overall, Spain deserved the victory. Belgium kind of was trying to get them on counterattacks. They weren't bad in the first half. I mean, that's Belgium's like top part of their game. They have a lethal counterattack. They're good over the top as well. I feel like even in the first half, they just abused the left side so much. They were just going to Doku the whole time, which I understand their game plan. We have this highly skillful. I mean, if you watch this guy at Manchester City and you watch the Premier League, this dude like is a monster at dribbling. So I understand the fact that we want to get the ball out to one of our very skilled players, have him make a play and get a ball across. The problem was that, and it was mainly in the second half, like the ball wasn't getting across because he wasn't crossing it. He was just dribbling and dribbling and dribbling. So I think that was a bit of a mishap there. And other than that, I mean, I felt like Spain was just better than them. They did concede their first goal of the World Cup. So deserved winners. My prediction was right, except I said they were going to penalty kicks, but hey, whatever. Spain still won, right? So we're celebrating that. Next game is going to be a very tough, hard, very amazing matchup. I cannot wait. Spain versus France in the semifinal. In the Euro Cup semifinal, they played each other. Spain beat them. In the Nations League semifinal, they played each other. Spain beat them. So that's been 2 straight semifinals where Spain has eliminated France. So will they go 3-0 against France in semifinals? Who knows? I cannot wait for that game. I am very excited for that game. So, and I'm very happy for this food, even though unfortunately I'm going to finish on camera, but it's a lot of food, but it's delicious. But like I said, Spain deserved victor. They play well. And in the second half, they were able to make that adjustment of beating their outside defenders through the back, which was working for them. A lot of their possessions, even if they ended up getting cleared or as cornered or whatever, a lot of their possessions, they won those. So it's very good for them. Unfortunately for Belgium, they had to go home, but they are a great team. They are an excellent team. So definitely get used to seeing them, in Euro Cups or anything, making runs like this. So anyway, guys, this is Leo the Hungry Fan, where we talk about sports and enjoy food. And thank you guys for coming. Please share, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. Share with whoever you want. I will be making a video about the Norway and England game. And also here, since I live in Spain, at 3 a.m., it's Argentina and Switzerland. So I'm going to try and see if I can make a video for that too. If not, I'm just going to make a post-game reaction for that. Or I might just do the England, Norway, and the Argentina, Switzerland games just in one big video and just give my predictions on those in one video. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys. This is Leo the Hungry Fan. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next episode, which I will try to make today. I will make today, hopefully. Thank you so much. Bye.